All right, thank you, Mark. And I'm going to go ahead and call this Tax Incentive Review Council meeting to order here at 11:12 on February 9th, 2023. And we'll start with a roll call for our attendance. Finance Director Ted Pileski. Here. County Auditor Representative Paul Nishanen.
Here.
Elyria City Council President Vic Stewart.
Here.
And I, myself, Mayor Whitfield, am present as well. We have excused absences for Joy, John, and Dennis, but we do have a quorum, so we can proceed with business for today. The first order of business is the approval of the minutes from the February 10th, 2022 meeting. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on the minutes?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. So a part of this Tax Incentive Review Council meeting is where we review some of the incentives that are within the city of Elyria. We have a number of those today, so we'll go through the order of these. We won't prolong the meeting, so we'll have staff reports, and if there's any question, we'll have the staff have representatives come up to answer any questions. We'll start with our annual enterprise zone agreement reviews, and we'll start with BASF.
Through you, so the company was to construct a new facility at an approximate cost of $10.3 million and retain 134 full-time employees and hire 20 new full-time employees within 10 years. So the company has reported that the construction was complete. The retention is at 134, at 154. 134 were retained, 20 new were hired. We received the report. We received the annual payment. The company is in compliance. I would like to note that this is the last year that they will be reporting.
Are there any questions from any of the council members? As she mentioned, she's making the recommendation that we continue with the abatement. Assistant Law Director Bruning, what type of motion do we need to make on each one of these?
I would recommend just a simple motion to continue the abatement, unless there's any contingencies, which I'm sure Director Scott will note in her presentation for each one.
Thank you, sir. So I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for BASF.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next is RUF US Inc. Director Scott.
Through you, they were to acquire a building, add some phase power and additional improvements, and hire 4 full-time employees within 10 years. The building has been acquired, the improvements were made. The total number of full-time employees as of December 31st, 2022 was reported at 8. New jobs attributed to the agreement was reported to be at 4. We did receive the report and the annual fee. The enterprise is in compliance.
Are any questions from the council? If not, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for RUF US Inc. So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we have Duraline. Director Scott.
Through you, so we did have an enterprise zone agreement with the company. They have been in compliance. However, when they were done with their improvements, it was determined that there was no contributing value added. So the agreement essentially is just not in effect.
So are you recommending that we no longer have the abatement, or can you give us a recommendation? Or is this something that we just no longer need to be entertaining as a group?
Mayor, if I may, I did speak with Director Scott before this, and it would be my recommendation for this one that you simply have acknowledged this on the record, the circumstances surrounding this, and not take any action at this time as a council. So not to continue it. if the county were at some point to reassess that value such that it determined that the value was in accordance with the terms of the agreement, then I think we would want to keep this on the agenda at that point.
Okay. So we can just move on to the next piece on there?
Yes.
All right, thank you. The next is 2 for Multilink. The first one is at 1154 East Broad. Director Scott.
Through you, they were to construct a new 15,000 square foot production warehouse research and development facility, retain an equivalent of 227 full-time employees, hire 3 to 10 new employees within 36 months after commencement of construction. The abatement is not in effect for this reporting period. The company did report that the project investment level as of December 31st was just over $3.2 million in real property and $1.5 million in personal property. A total of 227 employees have been retained and 3 new jobs reported attributed to the agreement. We did receive the report, the annual fee as well. The enterprise is in compliance.
If there's no questions from the council, I entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Multilink located at 1154 East Broad.
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we have Multilink, but this time for 1020 East Broad Street. Director Scott.
Through you, they were to acquire and renovate a building at a minimum cost of $175,000, hire 3 new permanent full-time employees within 12 months after completion of construction. The project investment level as of December 31st was $181,755 in real property. There are 52 full-time employees at the project site, 3 new attributed to the agreement. We received the report and the fee. The enterprise is in compliance.
If there's no question from the council, I entertain a motion to approve to continue the abatement for Multilink at 1020 East Broad.
So moved.
Is it moved? Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been motioned and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Mayor, I don't know if there's any representatives here from these parties, and if that's maybe what you mentioned before, but if they want to come up and introduce themselves, or if there are any comments to make, we welcome that, and we welcome the partnerships that we developed, when this has come about. So please, if you want to come up and make a few statements, that'd be welcomed. Thank you.
Yep, thank you for that, Council President. Again, that's why we have in our reception and getting through the relationship building stuff that we're doing, but definitely if there's questions that the council has for any of these, please feel free to ask those questions. Next, we have 2 for Hydro Air. One is from a 2019 agreement. Director Scott.
Through you, so they were to construct a 40,000 to 65,000 square foot industrial facility and hire 34 full-time employees within 60 months after project completion. The abatement is not in effect for this reporting period, and the company reported that the construction is on hold. I would like to note that council did approve to extend the completion date to this agreement to December 31st of this year, so this will have to be reassessed next year. The report was received, the annual fee was paid, the enterprise is in compliance.
Are there any questions from any of the council members from Hydro Air? Hearing none, entertain a motion to approve the first abatement, to continue with the abatement for Hydro Air's agreement from 2019.
So moved.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we have a Hydro Air agreement from 2021.
So they are to complete an expansion at 241 South Abbey, hire 10 full-time employees by March 2024 with an anticipated $611,000 in additional payroll. The company did report that the project is no longer under construction. The investment level achieved through December 31st is $3,635,518. There are 187 full-time employees at the site, 1 attributed to the agreement. We received the report. The annual fee has been paid. The enterprise is in compliance.
Again, are there any questions from any of the council members for Hydro Air? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Hydro Air 2021 agreement.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and properly seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next, we have Amware Distribution. Director Scott.
Through you. So we do have a current agreement with Amware. However, this is similar to the Duraline situation where the improvements were made. However, there was no contributing value added at the end of the day, so the agreement essentially is not in effect.
Okay. Well, we'll do as we did in the past, and we'll keep moving along. The next one we have is for K.E. Elyria. Director Scott.
Through you. So they were to acquire and rehab a facility at an approximate cost of $2.7 to $5 million, hire 12 full-time and 1 part-time employee within 23 months after commencement of the construction. So the project investment level as of December 31st is $2.8 million in real property and $800,000 in personal property. The company did report 15 full-time employees and 8 retained at the project site. We received the report. The annual fee has been paid. The enterprise is in compliance.
Are there any questions for K.E. Elyria? If not, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for K.E. Elyria.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we have Shops on 57. Director Scott.
Through you. So they were to acquire and renovate a property at a minimum cost of $450,000, hire 8 new full-time and an estimated 25 part-time employees. The investment level as of December 31st was $800,000 in real property. They reported 9 full-time and 24 part-time employees, all attributed to the agreement. We received their report. The annual fee has been paid. The enterprise is in compliance.
Are there any questions for Shops on 57? If not, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Shops on 57.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we have Mindy Rogers Salons. Director Scott.
Through you. So the company was to acquire and renovate the property at a minimum cost of $75,000 and hire 2 full-time and 1 part-time contract positions. The project is complete. The investment level reached the $75,000 minimum. She reported 2 full-time and 2 part-time contract positions. We received the report. The annual fee has been paid. The enterprise is in compliance.
If there's no questions for Mindy Rogers Salons, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Mindy Rogers Salons.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question been called. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next, we have Big O Enterprises. Director Scott.
Through you, they were to renovate the property at a cost of no less than $100,000, hire 2 full-time and 6 part-time employees within 24 months of project completion. The abatement is not in effect for this reporting period. Just over $300,000 was reported as of December 31st for the project investment level. 1 full-time and 7 part-time employees were also reported. We did receive the report. The annual fee has been paid. The enterprise is in compliance.
If there's no questions for Big O Enterprises, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Big O Enterprises.
So moved.
Is there a second? It's been motioned and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next, we have VTD. Director Scott.
Through you. So they were to expand the facility at an approximate cost of $490,000, hire 2 full-time employees by December 2024 with an anticipated $85,000 in annual payroll. The project is complete. The investment level was $490,000. They reported an additional 2 full-time employees at the project site. We received the report. The annual fee has been paid. The enterprise is in compliance.
If there's no questions from the council for VTD, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for VTD.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Last of the enterprise zone agreements, we have, or maybe we have a couple different ones, so I won't say the last. Elyria Hyundai is the next one. Director Scott.
Through you. So they were to expand and renovate the facility at an approximate cost of $540,000. Hired 10 full-time employees within 2 years after project completion, or September 2025. The abatement is not in effect for this reporting period. The project is still under construction, and as of December 31st, they reported 40 full-time employees, 8 new jobs attributed to the agreement. We received the report and the annual fee. The enterprise is in compliance.
Again, I think this one is stating that there's no need to take any action today on this agreement.
Through you, you would have to continue it.
Oh, we do need to continue, okay. So is there any questions from the council for
Mayor.
Elyria Hyundai?
Mayor, audience.
Oh, yeah, please, come on up.
Hi, good morning. Tom Curlow, President and owner of Elyria Hyundai, 845 Leona Street. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of council. The only clarification I did want to make is the real property improvement is misstated. It is actually $4.9 million. The $540,000 is new payroll that will be generated. Other than that, just want to thank the city for their support and partnership with our project.
Well, thank you for continuing to invest in the city. We appreciate it big time.
Thank you,
Director
Mr.
Scott.
Through you, my apologies for that. They are still in compliance with that change.
Okay. If there's no further discussion around Elyria Hyundai, I will entertain a motion to continue the abatement.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we'll shift into our annual Community Reinvestment Area CRAs. And the first we have is Lorain County Printing and Publishing, also known as the Chronicle Telegram.
Through you, they were to construct a new facility for a total cost estimate of $5.5 million and retain 116 full-time positions until December 31st of 2020. So the project investment level as of December 31st was reported at $16.3 million, and as of December 31st, 2022, the company reported 99 full-time positions. We did receive the report. The annual fee has been paid. The company is in compliance.
If there's no questions for Lorain County Printing and Publishing, I'll entertain a motion to continue with the abatement.
So moved.
Second.
The motion and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next, we have two for Sunrise Hospitality, with the first one being the Hampton Inn.
Through you, the project investment level of $5 million for construction and $1 million for furniture and fixtures. They were to create employment for 11 full-time positions by May 31st of 2013, with minimum annual payroll of $300,000 and a payment to the Elyria City School District. The project was completed at a cost of just over $5 million in real property and $1.8 million in personal property. As of December 31st, 15 full-time employees were reported with an annual payroll of $564,118. We did receive the report. The annual fee has been paid. The company is in compliance.
If there's no questions from the council, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Sunrise Hospitality at Hampton Inn.
So moved.
Second.
The motion and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we have Sunrise Hospitality, the Courtyard by Marriott.
Through you, there was to be a project investment of $6.6 million, of which $5.1 million would be for construction and $300,000 for improvements to existing buildings, and $1.2 million for furniture and fixtures. They were to create 25 to 30 full-time and part-time positions by June 30th of 2016. The project is complete. The investment level was reported at $6,872,143. As of December 31st, 28 full-time positions were reported, all full-time. We received the report. The annual fee has been paid. The company is in compliance.
If there's no questions from any of the council members, I entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Sunrise Hospitality, Courtyard at Marriott.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we have YYF Real Estate, Family Dollar. Director Scott.
Through you, the estimated project investment level was $1,454,699 by August 31st of 2012, with the creation of 6 full-time employees by August 31st of 2012. The project investment level was reported at $1,335,000. As of December 31st, 6 full-time employees were reported. We did receive the report and the annual fee. The company is in compliance.
If there's no questions from the council, I'll entertain a motion to continue with the abatement for YYF Real Estate.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we have Midview Crossings. Director Scott.
Through you, this was for the renovation of existing apartment dwellings with an estimated project investment level of $5,469,000. My apologies, $5,469,902, with a minimum of 5 full-time employees, with an annual payroll of $155,000. The project investment level as of December 31st was reported at $2,469,902. As of December 31st, 5 full-time employees were reported with the annual payroll goal met. The report was received, the annual fee was paid, the company is in compliance.
If there's no question from the council here for Midview Crossing, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Midview Crossings.
I do have a question, Mayor. Just to the director. So it looks like, you know, the total investments of just under $5.5 million, and right now they're at $3.5 million. Is that just an ongoing project to kind of moving forward with that? Is the goal to get to the 5.5, or is all their improvements done?
Through you, so the improvements are complete. The $5 million was just an estimated amount, so upon project completion, it did fall short of that, but it was still in line with the agreement.
All right, very good, thank you.
Thank you for that. If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Midview Crossings.
So moved.
Second.
The motion and properly second. Any further discussion?
Call for the question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next, we have Cottages at Riverview. Director Scott.
Through you, so they were to develop 50 to 62 cottage-style units for seniors aged 55 or older, and they were to create 1 full-time and 1 part-time position upon completion. So the project is complete with a reported investment level of $8,102,092. As of December 31st, 2 full-time positions were reported. We did receive the report. The annual fee has been paid. The company is in compliance.
Thank you, Director Scott. If there's no questions for Cottages at Riverview, I'll entertain a motion to continue the abatement for Cottages at Riverview.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. the CRA residential reviews. Director Scott.
Through you, so the Housing CRA Council met in December and reviewed all of the residential properties. There's about 30 of them that currently receive an abatement. And our code enforcement inspectors went out and all of the properties were in compliance with our local code enforcement. The Housing CRA is providing a recommendation to continue all of the current abatements.
Okay. If there's no questions on the CRA residentials, I'll entertain a motion to continue all the abatements for the CRA residential agreements.
So moved.
There's a
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting, the Tirc meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned properly to second. Any further discussion?
Question.
Question been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We have the tax increment financing review portion of the meeting. Director Scott, is there anything on that, or is that for Director Pileski?
Through you, that would be with Director Pileski.
Okay. Director Pileski, is there anything you want to report on the tax increment financing projects we have going on in the city?
All the TIFs are in compliance. We're getting all the money that we need to get in. I would recommend that we continue the TIF agreements.
Assistant Director Brennan, do we need to treat each one individually of the TIF agreements?
I don't think we've typically done that in the past, though I would, just for the record's sake, I would formally convene this part of the meeting before you take action to actually continue those TIF agreements. So call it to order like you did the Tirc meeting.
Gotcha.
And then do a roll call and then,
Yep. So, okay, I'll officially call the tax increment financing portion of the meeting to order here at 11:40. And we'll do a roll call for attendance. Finance Director Pileski. Here. County Auditor Rep Paul.
Here.
Council President Vic.
Here.
And we have excused absences from Joy, John, and Dennis, and I'm here, Mayor Frank Whitfield. So we do have a quorum. We just received a report, but Director Pileski, could you kind of restate your report on the TIF projects that we have in the city? Could you restate it one more time?
Yeah. Everything is fine with the TIF projects. I recommend that we agree to move forward and continue the TIF agreements.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to continue with the city's TIF agreements.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second. Is there any further discussion?
Question.
Question's been called. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Again, I want to invite you all to come join us for a short reception after this to talk a little bit more informal about the projects you have going on in the city. Again, we're super appreciative of not only your investment in the city, you betting on the city, you trying to help the city grow. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to our residents, providing jobs for people, good jobs for folks to live in, quality properties that are upkept. I'm thinking about, what downtown, some of the properties that the Elmer's has reconfigured things, what the Chronicle has done with their building. It's exciting to see things happening near the mall. So all that you all do are adding to the fabric of our city. So we wanted to spend some time with you all and put a little bit in your stomach before you leave. So thank y'all for being here, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye.